While we try to be as helpful as possible, this podcast should not be considered as professional or financial advice. It contains general information only, and you should seek out professional advice for your own personal circumstances before making any financial decisions.
Welcome back, guys. I'm Julia.
And I'm Nick.
And this is the Enthusiast Lab.
Damn straight.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Enthusiast Lab. Today's episode is kind of going off the back of last episode, which was what is a building broker?
Correct.
So this episode, we thought that we would give you a breakdown about us.
Why choose Mr Enthusiast?
So the value of going through Mr Enthusiast, the service and the difference.
Yep.
And kind of break it down. We've got a couple of points that we wrote down. It's a bit more loosey-goosey of an episode, if you will. We're going to probably go on multiple... Well, Nick is going to go on a few tangents.
Absolutely.
But break it down, who we are, what we do, why you go through us versus the builder.
Yep.
Because you're still going to build probably with that builder.
Yep.
But why would you...
Why would you choose to go with Mr Enthusiast rather than directly with that builder and their own internal consultant? Because you're still using the same builder. The prices are still the same. It's just who's going to service you. That's the only difference.
Right. So who we are? Nick, Julia, and then we have we have one staff member who is behind the cameras, which is Ryan, and he is also in the admin section for Mr Enthusiast.
Correct.
So we work, generally speaking, Monday through to Sunday. We try to take a Thursday and a Friday off, but that doesn't always go to plan.
It has been severely failed for the last 7 years.
No, we have the days off, but we find that we are doing slab signings or
personal things.
Yep. We are doing, the flexi days.
Yeah. And the thing is, I have still worked on those Thursdays and Fridays doing catch-up plans, etc. for presentations and sign-ups, especially when we've got a lot of remote clients, like some in Sydney at the moment, wanting to relocate. So time differences, it's hard to try and do during the weekends and during the week. They're
not client-facing days, put it that way.
Exactly. They're not in the office having to stay there for the next 7 to 14 hours on average, like what I normally do. It's more of a flexible, if I have to go into the office to meet you, great, if nothing else works, but otherwise I can do my own shit.
Yes.
Because I do want to game more.
Yes.
I like to game.
Nick is a big gamer. So Nick
to wind down.
Has appointments or days open for appointments on Saturday, Sunday, Monday and Wednesday.
Correct.
On Tuesday, it is a full working day for us, but Nick and I are out on our construction run.
So we're out on site.
Which I'll give a more detailed breakdown in a second. So we are working all day. We've got Ryan in the office all day, but they're not a client appointment day.
Yes.
Nick has been in the industry for 8 years. I've been in the
8.5. Thank you very much. Don't fucking short sell me.
Oh, come on, man. We are technically 2025. I've been in the industry for 6 and a tail end years.
Yeah, about 6-7 years nearly.
Yeah, almost 7 years. And together we have built up Mr Enthusiast into what we are now. Yes. And we've got Ryan, who's been with us for close to 2 years now, I'd say. Ryan just did a whole squinty thing.
So Ryan, we actually built Ryan's home back in the day.
Yes.
He was a client and we turned into very good mates. And then we needed some very big help when we first launched the podcast and a bit with social media, etc. So we've taken him on full time, helping us out with just so much of the work, and has been a fucking legend to help us out.
Yes. And circle back to special guest episode 3, 4 or 5. One of them was Ryan.
We finally
Number
forced...
2?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
We forced him on.
Yeah, we did. Took a lot of convincing. He was not happy going in front of the camera versus behind.
We had to pay with dinner.
Yeah, we did. We've been paying with dinner the whole time. Let's be real. So Mr Enthusiast is not a builder.
No.
We get that question quite often. We are not a builder.
No.
We are a builder broker, which means we work with multiple builders and we sell to those multiple builders.
Yes. We do a variety of job roles
Yes.
from a building company,
Yep.
all internally into one. So, we help guide through the entire sales process. We have contacts and we guide through the finance components. We help you guide through the pre-start. You've got us the entire way.
We find the land for you.
We find the land for you. We also do, we'll explain it all, but also in your actual construction, these construction runs that we do, we are going out physically on site, checking things over, letting you guys know some updates, what's going on, what's coming up. It's all these additional things that we try and help provide that little bit of extra service about what makes us very different. And also we have the building podcast, which is what you guys are listening to.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring all of this unfiltered information out to everyone so that someone is saying it.
Yes,
do you know what I mean?
absolutely.
There's a few people trying to do some podcasts, which is great.
The more information out there, the better.
100%. And the thing is that at least people know that whatever's going to come out of our mouths is raw,
It's
honest,
definitely unfiltered
transparent.
from you.
100%. And that's the thing. It's like, I'm not someone that just woke up and decided to, I'm going to go open a podcast or I'm going to go and tell someone about things. We have tried and trued everything that we've gone to this point. There have been some major highs, some major lows, and we've learnt a lot of fucking lessons over the years. And we want to make sure that people don't go through those same things.
Correct, yeah.
And have a better experience up front compared to what we had when we first built
Our
9
first
years
time.
ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what we look at when we look at our job role, it is a very handheld, hands-on approach with the client.
Yeah.
We are there from start to finish plus 12 months. So from the minute you inquire to Nick, to Mr Enthusiast, we're there to help guide you up until the point you pick up your keys to your home, plus
Yep.
12 months.
Plus 12 months on top of that, as a minimum.
As a minimum, that's constant contact from us. After
Yes.
that, you are still welcome to community events and everything, and we'll go
Exactly.
through that and more. But
We
if
still
you are,
keep in touch with our clients from fucking 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, they still come over. Like, we're fucking mates. Some of them came to our wedding. We've gone to so many of our clients' weddings. We've been very fortunate enough to be part of
Yeah.
their special moments. It's very different. I am, we keep tabs on social media with other consultants and other fucking builder brokers and shit like that, and what we hear. I don't know how many others have been to as many weddings, engagements. We've done gender reveals for clients. Like, we're a very personalized service
Yes.
and company. The whole, we're family. But the reality is, like, you're just fucking stuck with us.
yeah,
You're
so
stuck.
first thing to be aware, or like one of the services that we do, it is a very hands-on approach. We are always contactable.
Yeah.
When I say always, I mean always. Even on holiday, we are still on the phone. We are still on the emails. Granted, at a much reduced rate, but if shit hits the fan and you need us,
We're there.
we're there. We'll find a way to help you. We'll talk you through the process. We'll work out a solution if we
We'll
need
find
to.
some- Yeah, and like, we're about to go to a big one now in Africa with minimal service and all that shit. And like, we're literally sitting here going, cool, we need to buy a new small little notebook laptop so that I've still got access no matter what, to make sure that if it's required, I am contactable.
Yes.
And there's so many that just will not do that. We're on holidays, man, like, it'll be sweet. And most likely it will be. However,
Just in case.
I'm
in
never
case.
going to let myself be at that point going, fuck, I should have been there.
Yeah. 'Cause
Never wanna be
that's-
that.
I never want to be in that situation. We are a builder broker that is across 2 states.
Yes.
And
we were the first national building broker company ever.
yes, I will also preface that Adelaide is currently getting a much more reduced service just because it is a long flight for us to get there. We are still working on increasing our service in Adelaide. So
Over time. Yeah.
the services that we're talking about is quite WA based.
Yes.
And we are increasing our services for Adelaide. So that is still a work in progress. Look, we are a 3-man band and we are still trying to work on increasing.
There's only so much of me I can go around as well.
Yeah.
Because I physically fly over to meet all of our clients.
Yes.
I fly over for the slab signings, which we're still doing. I fly over for handovers. So I don't really think it's a reduced rate. And this is something that I will say now on the podcast. It's more about, it's a different approach.
Yes.
However, it is still from everything that we have seen, because there's not really many at all, if any, building brokers in Adelaide. It's more just deal with the builder and that's it. Our service from what we are currently providing is already excelling what clients have previously experienced with some of our clients that have experienced with other builders. And just from the feedback from a lot of our followers from social media, etc., and what they've seen and what they've recommended for us to try and do to help boost our service in Adelaide. So what we're currently doing is well and above, and it's currently working. If there's things that we can tweak to make it even better, that's what we do. Mr Enthusiast is where it is right now because of the feedback from all of our legends. From when we first started, all that feedback, we take it on board, see what we can adjust and amend, and if it's viable, then we execute it.
Yep.
And that's how we've gone from me just meeting a client for a beer on the slab to now we're running a national building broken business.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it's a whole monster of an operation. We are an operation now, not just a
one-man band.
Yeah.
So first things first is we do have our own office. And I did mention our availability, which is Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday for appointments with Nick.
Yes. That's both in person and via Zoom as well.
Yes. Nick also, whilst I do say, we take Thursdays and Fridays off, that's also normally when Nick would fly to Adelaide if he was to go meet clients. So yes, it is time off, but also it is time off to go to Adelaide kind of to continue working. But we do have our own office. We are located in Malaga. We're just off Reed Highway, off Malaga Drive. So we're right around the corner from the main highways.
It's close for me because of the race cars and shit. I'm close to Monster Talk.
Yeah, we
still want to be.
Picked this location because demographically of where we live, demographically of the shops and the other services that we use for your cars and everything like that.
Yeah.
It's a short drive to work for us, for our employee, for
everyone,
myriad of reasons.
And the thing is, like, we could go into the city or we could go somewhere else, but I'm spending, I've used to travel an hour each way to building, to display homes, to building offices, etc. So when we're doing our own HQ, I needed something that was going to be a bit more closer to where we are, within a 15 to 25 minute drive, depending on obviously traffic, because I'm in the office most days anywhere between 8 hours to about 15.
Yes.
Right. There are many billing brokers and companies out there that are doing a very, very strict 8 to 9 hours, which is great. And I fucking love that for them. With how we are, we just don't. I just end up doing full and 15 hours. We don't have any kids, so we go fucking full ham. We're full send.
On the flip side, on the days where we don't have a lot of appointments, and Nick has, say, 2 appointments, one at 9 a.m., one at 4 p.m., it's much easier for Nick to swing by home or do some other things that he needs to do in his personal life in between those 2 appointments if he's not doing sketching quest for quotes and a whole bunch of other stuff.
The personal stuff is usually Julie telling me what to fucking do.
Clean the house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What we also do is we have a lot of our own branding. You would see on Nick's shirt, he's wearing the Mr Enthusiast white shirt. Represent.
For everyone out there.
Thank you. Ryan will zoom into that.
Yes.
So we have a lot of forms and tips and tricks that are there to help guide you through the system. So when you come into our appointment, like into our office for a first appointment, a second appointment, whatnot, you will end up getting a file with a whole bunch of documents in there that will explain a lot of things to you.
Yep. And whatever's not in there, you've got this podcast
You've got this podcast.
Which we do recommend people to listen, even if you don't want to build with us.
Yeah.
Listen to it, because I go through so much info in here that is relative with whichever builder you go, and it's all WA based. Some of it is SA as well. And it's just basically sitting there going, bro, just listen to it. Here's the info. If you want it, it's there. If you don't want it, no qualms. I don't give a fuck.
Yes.
It's free. It's free info.
Yes. So we do have a lot of forms that give you a lot of tips and tricks. There's a whole, I think it's like an 8-page document for tips for pre-start and upgrades.
16 pages, but sure.
16 pages. Let's go with that. Yeah, because it prints on 8 pages, but it's double-sided.
Yep.
For tips and tricks of what to look at for
consideration
and pre-start things that you can upgrade, things that are low cost upgrade but high impact value, all that kind of stuff. We also, once you've signed up, you start going through our admin process. This is a new process that we have started this year. Again, we've mentioned that this year is kind of our overhaul of the business and really upgrading our service and kind of looking at what we're doing, where we're going, where we want to project to. So admin updates is something new. We've
been doing admin updates. It's a much more thorough.
Sorry, I'm not explaining myself well. So you're going to start receiving updates from Ryan every couple of weeks, where he explains to you how far you've progressed through the admin stage, what to look forward to next. And at the same time, if you guys have any questions, queries, always here, all three of us.
Absolutely.
Once you leave the administration stage, you move into the construction stage. That's when Nick and I will go onto your construction site every 3 weeks, albeit if we're on holiday. I'm not flying from wherever I am to just do one run. So there are gaps when we go on holiday, but we're immediately back on site.
And you're advised of when we are going, when we're coming back on site and everything, all via email. So there's a lot of communication. And basically what we do is every 3 weeks, we base it on what we've seen the past time when we first started. And then we use the comparison going, cool, this is what's happened since. This is what we're seeing is the next stages for you to understand. You do get portals with our builders about projections of where the jobs are at. But it's also really good because a lot of our clients are FIFOs or interstate. So then that way you're not physically there, but at least you know someone is still going out the site and looking at things.
And these construction updates come with photos attached. We
Absolutely.
are going out taking photos. I'm normally taking somewhere between 8 and 25 photos of the site, depending on what stage you're at. You know, sometimes there's not a lot of photos to take. That it all looks the same. And you will get an email with the update, with the photos attached saying, hey, this is what's happened on site. This is what we think will be happening next. And granted, it sometimes changes because of weather or whatever, but that's what we're thinking is going to be happening next.
100%.
Rarely changes, but you know.
Yep.
We also do at handover, we do our painting handover. So our painting handover, it is a gift from Mr Enthusiast to every client, and it is a painting that they choose from the Mrs Enthusiast website. Guys, we created an entire brand just for you to pick paintings from. I think we have a range of somewhere in the 300, 350 paintings.
Yep.
All different prints that will get printed on a 90 by 70 canvas or a 100 by 100 canvas, depending on the image. If it's a square image, it'll be on square. If it's
it just depends on what painting choice that you do.
And that is completely free, and we gift that to all our clients at handover so that they have a painting to put up in their house.
That is a thank you from us for, you know, trusting in us and building with us, as well as, you know, it's a customary from back when we were brought up as kids, as Europeans, that you never enter a new home without a gift, even if it's something as simple as a bottle of wine or a chocolate. When I first got into this industry 8 years ago, that's what it was like. That's what we were doing. However, at the same time, you know, it was getting hard to try and adjust with different clients with different preferences. So when Julia ended up getting really into the industry and really wanting to help out with mystery, that's when she was doing a lot of the paintings, and that's how it formed. And, you know, so many people are renting. And I was like, you know what, fuck. Here's a good excuse for you to go and drill a hole in your new home.
Yeah.
Go hang up a painting, because, you know, half the time you couldn't do that in a rental. Things change obviously now with the regulations with rentals, but that's where that became, and we've just stuck with it. We've been doing that since like early 2016, and it's just changed and it's always done. And now, like Julie said, we've made a fucking company just for that.
Yes. We also do come in with another folder. Yes, Nick, please silence your phone. We're also coming in with a whole folder. This is something new that we've been doing for maybe, by the time you're listening, like 4 or 5 months. But it's quite new for when we're recording, because we're still recording in January, guys, which is a whole handover doc with a bunch of supplies that we have been sourcing and sussing and researching.
Sourcing and sussing.
Sussing.
That sounds
Sussy
sus,
boy.
doesn't it?
Sourcing and sussing for us to recommend to clients for post-handover editions.
Yep.
So these are for clients who did not upgrade to a higher tier spec and still have LED bayonets to upgrade to LED lights.
Yep.
So,
or people want to do overhead cupboards afterwards and want to do LED strips, so they want to put ceiling fans in, like a lot of the electrical components.
if you have a doggy door, like if you have a dog and you want to get doggy doors installed, we have sourced a pet door company.
Yep.
We have exposed ag company, a landscaper, there's a plumber. There's
We've
a
got
whole
plumbers,
myriad of...
Yeah, we've also got, if you want to do an attic storage, we've got attic storage companies that we've used and our clients have used, and we've come with some collaborations. We've got epoxy flooring throughout the entire garage flooring, or you could do it into your alfrescos, etc. we've got hoist installers, and it's continually growing. And the thing is that we're negotiating these, like we've sussed them out, and we're very happy to put our name behind these companies. We've also negotiated with quite a few of them some discounts. We've done water filtration.
Yes,
that's a good one.
So some of them come with discounts, some of them don't. In all honesty, what's on the list at the moment, like in January, is companies that we have used and we're happy with their service.
Absolutely.
Because we recently handed over to our new home. We have recently moved in, and these are the companies we used to do post-handover additions.
Absolutely.
Granted, there was a company that did not make the cut, which was a cat run installer. I have gone and found another company because
100%.
that guy absolutely butchered the cat run that we have in our house.
We will not name who it is.
Don't name and shame. But so we have sussed another cat run installer, for example. But all the companies on that list currently are ones that we've used.
Absolutely.
And we are doing a little bit more research and talking to previous clients on who they've used for someone like solar, for example.
Yep.
And the reason for the handover doc is because I find that, like, we had this when we moved into our house, like the first time. You move in, you're like, who do I call for solar? And you go and Google Perth solar companies.
There's fucking 50,000 of them.
And there's way too many for you to make a educated decision on. It's the same like building. You Google building a home in Perth and 50,000 companies come up. Who do you pick? So it's kind of us doing some research and going, hey guys, this is who our previous clients have used or we have used, and we recommend so that you know you're getting a good service.
Yep. Which by all means, there is, you don't need to use any of these.
No, not at all.
However, it's cool to see that we're being proactive, sussing all these things out, negotiating what we can with what we have to try and help you guys out to help better your home when the time is right. And that's what it is. It's all these components do add value to your home, and all may just give you that little bit more nicer luxury of life, or do you know what I mean? That's what we're all about. It's who do you talk to? So, well, fuck.
Yep.
You've put the
We're
trust
in the
into
industry.
us. Yeah, we're into it. This is what we think. So either you can take it or you can do your own sus, whatever.
At handover, you also will get a USB with every single photo that we took during your entire process.
From the very beginning, from the
Your
moment
first sign-up photo.
Yep, so every single person, when you sign up with Mr. E, we will be at the office. So either you sign up in person with myself, or a lot of the times we're doing a lot of DocuSign, so remote signing, because everyone's up north and shit. However, we do say you need to book in a catch-up, and when you do so, then we sit down and we take the photo and we give you the file. From that day, every single photo all the way through until the handover, you get all of the images, the watermarked and unwatermarked, so that you can, even if you want to, you can go and create a whole collage of your entire journey.
They're also date stamped because I will always put your name, so first two names with the date that photo was taken. And honestly, it's for my record keeping, so I can date back to, whatever date I need to look back to when, a client queries something. I'm like, yeah, your slab went down here, and now I've got the photo proof.
Yep.
But yeah, so a whole USB with all the photos that we've taken. From there, you go into our maintenance period, if you will, which is our 12 months of gifts.
Yes. This is something we've kept close to ourselves for quite a while. And I was actually saying with Julian, I was just like, why are we keeping this to ourselves?
Why are we gatekeeping?
Why are we gatekeeping? If someone wants to copy us and do this, it's only beneficial for their clients.
Yeah.
But this is something that we have been doing for,
I want to
4
say
years?
3.5, 4 years.
Since 2020, we started this.
Oh, yeah, we did. 2020, I think.
So
that might be a lie.
Nah, it's about 2020.
2020 or 2021. I don't know.
Yeah. So roughly about
Couple
4
years.
years. And basically what it is when we sit down for your handover, because we try and attend those in person, we basically sit there and go, cool, you need to smash a fucking letterbox at the front ASAP, because every month for the next 12 months, you will get a token gift from us. Something small, nothing dramatic. 1 month we do seeds for like a little garden. 1 month is a cookbook, which is actually created by our community, from all of our community members, so past and current mystery clients and ourselves. We've all donated some recipes and actually made a community cookbook for you to use in your new kitchen.
And it's called Mr Enthusiast.
It's Mr Enthusiast. We've also, 1 month is a it's not a rug. What is it?
A doormat,
A doormat.
Welcome mat.
Yeah, you've got a welcome mat. 1 month is car fresheners.
January
a mug.
was, we had a travel mug, we have notepads. So it's 12 months of gifts to say, hey, we're still thinking about you. You're still very much our client. We
Yep.
are still here if you need anything.
And at the same time, enjoy some gifts in your new home.
Yeah, these are gifts to kind of enjoy in your new home.
Yep.
They're not big, they're not luxury items, but they are there to say, hey, we're still thinking about you, still very much our client.
Absolutely.
At the end
all of them have a meaning to it. It's
Yeah,
not
they
just
do.
it's not like a thoughtless gift, in my opinion. Like, we have really thought, and we've always reassessed these. Like, is this actually working? Do clients actually like this one? Should we find something else? We've actually put quite a lot of thought into it. So and
a lot
we
of
do
thought and a lot of money into
yeah.
these. Ordering things in
Yeah.
bulk costs a lot.
It's not fucking cheap. So, and you know, we are starting to see that quite a few of the clients are really excited every month of seeing it. So, Alice, I know you listen to this. Shout out to you.
Yes.
How excited you get when you see the white van?
She was peeping out the window when you came, Ryan, because Ryan's been doing the delivery runs.
Ryan does the delivery runs for us every month.
Yeah, we
But
do
yeah.
reassess and, change the gifts out if something's not working or we think that we can find something better to replace. At the 12-month mark, you get a final gift with a note to say thank you so much. This is like your final gift. And if you haven't given us a review by then, that's when, again, we ask
Yeah.
for a review. And we ask if we can come back to the client's house. Some clients have said yes, some clients have said no or haven't responded, and that's totally fair because we love to see clients' homes a year after they've been built,
Yeah.
because that house has become a home. It's been lived in, it's been loved on, it's got the dings, the dents, it's got the furniture in there, and we get to really see the client's vision
Yes.
become
Come to fruition. Come to fruition. Yes.
So yeah, that's our 12 months of gifts. We also have the community. So our Mr Enthusiast community it came out of nowhere, and it kind of started as a life on its own and has continued to grow as a life on its own.
and it's growing rapidly.
And it is growing rapidly, and in all honesty, it's something that we're monitoring, but at the same time, we're letting it just
Do its own thing.
do its own thing. So it started off, and I think we've done a podcast about this or mentioned it somewhere in a pod. It started off where we had a couple of houses in a row in Bullsbrook that all got slabbed down at the same time.
Yep.
And all the clients decided that they were going to do like a little slab street party to celebrate everyone getting their slab down. So I think it was 5 or 6 houses, that all kind of
on
congregated.
the same street. Yeah.
Which was awesome. And we went from there, this is really cool. Clients meeting each other, why have we never thought about connecting clients, especially clients who were in similar suburbs?
Yes.
So we, I think it was in 2021 or 2020, we opened up a private Facebook group that clients who have signed up are welcomed into to join. They can join if they want to. It is completely optional. This whole section is completely optional.
Yeah.
They can come and join into the Facebook group, and that's where community members share tips and tricks. They ask for help, ask for advice. We've seen community members from there. They've also connected with each other and started their own messenger groups.
Yes.
Shout out to Bullsbrook. You guys know who you are. You guys listen.
Yes.
The cult members, you guys know.
the primary cult members.
The primary cult members, you guys know who you are.
Because they're the ones that we see the most. We do know that there's quite a few in the south as well that do their own thing.
We just haven't been invited into
We haven't
that
been
one.
invited to those ones. However, we are part of the north one, which is why I think we have a little bit more favoritism to
Yes.
the north for the moment.
Ravenswood, I'm looking at you.
Ravenswood, Byford, we are...
Give me an invite.
Exactly it. But at the same time, it's really cool to see because there's so many of our homes all within a few streets of each other, and it's not like one every few streets. It's like 4 or 5 within a street or two away. So it's really cool to see someone that you may not even know these people in your life, but they might have similar passions, and you've got a commonality. You're built with this bloke called Nick. Do you know what I mean? And that's where this whole life started, and it just grew. And it's one of our biggest and proudest achievements.
Absolutely.
And so we've got the whole community, which we obviously do. We've got merch and stuff, and we also host events every 3
getting there
months.
now.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
cool.
So
I don't know if you were going to skip that.
No, I'm getting there. So on the Facebook group is when we announce when we're doing our next community event. These are only client-only events, so you have to have signed up with Mr Enthusiast to be welcomed into the thing, or someone who signed up their +1 partner, because
Yes.
people grow and they form relationships, and
We have to let the reins go
Rains
sometimes.
out a little bit.
Yeah.
And what these are events that we host on our own money or company money, if you will, to invite clients to a specific area, to a specific location, and we host an event.
Yes.
This can be paintball, it can be go-karts, it can be bowling, it can be a boat cruise, it can be
Wine tours. We've done
wine
a few of
tours.
them.
In December,
Done
it's
the car cruises. We've done a few.
car cruises. In December, it's always a Christmas function at the office, but otherwise it rotates through whatever we can think of where we can fit 50 people plus.
Yes.
Because
that's the average. That's the average. We're getting roughly between 50 plus. Like I think our last Christmas event was 100 and something
Oh, it was
people
ridiculous.
rocked
It
up.
was way too many.
It was killer. I loved it.
It was great.
It was so cool. When everyone came, it was like a fucking army
Yeah,
that
it
just
was.
rocked up. It was so sick. But yeah, so those are the things we do. And I've heard about this. Like we have made a bit of a splash in the industry, and we have heard that there are some consultants out there talking shit and saying, "Oh, it's been funded by building companies and people we work with and shit." Bro, if it is, I'd fucking love that.
I'd be hosting a hell of a lot more.
I would be hosting more because then that means that my fucking bank account isn't going every few months, because at the moment it is, because it ain't. The thing is, this isn't $1,000 like
exercise.
event. It's not $1,000 exercise. Anywhere between $5,000 to $8,000, right?
Yeah, because look, breaking it
We go
down.
hard.
Our
We
clients,
go hard.
Look, listen.
brother. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
So Nick and I, we notoriously in our friendship group are big hosters. We love to host big parties. We are balls to the wall, like all or nothing kind of hosters.
Full send.
Full send. So that has naturally carried across into Mr. Enthusiast. So these community events are completely free for our clients. We pay the per person price for whatever activity it is.
Yep.
So, ballpark that we had, I think, 48 attendees for paintball. Paintball was $148 per person.
That was about $6,000, just shy.
Plus, we then all went to a pub afterwards. We open up a tab under Mr. Enthusiast. Everyone, free for all. Go get yourself a steak and chips. Go get yourself a couple of bevies.
That was
I don't
alcohol
care.
as well. That is
free
some
for
people
all.
wanted,
Booze.
Yeah, there was beers.
Softies,
there was
mains, everything.
What's it called? We had spirits, everything. We didn't give a fuck.
No, it is a free for all open bar for the clients who attended that.
Yes.
And that is one community event. Everyone came out of the paintball sweaty as fuck. Everyone was smelly, but everyone had shit-eating grins because everyone got shot and had a great time.
Yep.
And
Jared with that massive
Oh my
welt
God.
on his body. But anyways, keep going.
so the idea behind the community event is to bring like-minded people together. So
Yes.
many of our clients are car enthusiasts, are hobby enthusiasts, are building in similar suburbs.
Yes.
Why not connect and just make an extra friend or another person you can rely on or ask questions from? These clients don't have to be still building. A lot of our attendees handed over 2, 3, 5 years ago. And for new clients, everyone's always a little bit nervous, but they come up to us, we say hello, and we kind of shuffle you into the northies or the southies. And that's where you can ask so many questions. What was your building process like? What should I be looking out for? There are people here, all who have built or are building, that you can rely on, and not just us.
Yeah.
Ask the people who have built with us, what was your service like? What was your experience like?
If you had to do it again, what would you look out for?
Yeah, what would you look out for? What would you
100%.
do? Especially if you're going into pre-star and you go up to someone who's built, what would you do if you were in
Yep.
my situation? And it is about connecting like-minded people. And from these events, people have gotten along, had a great time together. They have connected on Facebook and Instagram, whatever socials they use, have created their own chats, have created
Yeah.
their own barbecues and private events and all that kind of
Barbecues,
stuff.
They catch up together. Some
Yeah.
are going to like fucking christenings and shit. Mate, it's fucking wild.
So, we look at this and we are letting it completely, take its own life and,
Take its own course, yeah.
we will still obviously be hosting the events, but the community is something we're so proud about, and it is client only.
100%.
And that is something we're super proud of.
Exactly, because like we've posted up a few times, and I've actually had people that follow us ask us, "Hey, it was about me collabing with the Addict company that we're doing, and with the discounts, like, oh hey, do you mind like sharing the contact details? like, you know, if there's any discounts or anything that because we're looking at one. And I did a post straight away, reply back to everyone and going, hey guys, you're more than happy to use the company that, you know, that we've mentioned. We can't tell someone not to.
Yep.
However, these discounts are exclusive for our clients. We're batting in and trying to give back to our community who have put their trust into us. This is our way of coming back again and saying a thank you to our followers, to our cult members.
Looking after our clients.
It's looking after them in every single possible way that we can, because guess what? Word spreads. And that's the thing is, you do good by someone, maybe at some point that will come back to you. And it's one of those things. It's wherever we can, we'll try and do good. We can't do everything. We can't, you know, get things for free and shit like that. But if there's anything we can do, a little small win, it's still to be celebrated with everyone.
Still a win.
It's still a win, and it's to be celebrated with everyone, not just for one or two individuals, you know, that might have spent a bit more with Mr Enthusiast or whatever. Fuck that, man. I don't give a shit if you built a small little home or the 30 car. Everyone gets the same treatment. Everyone gets the same opportunities for everything.
Yeah, definitely.
We're all about equality here.
We are. The next point, self-explanatory, but the podcast. This is something that is obviously free for everyone. We're not gatekeeping this to client only. There's no client only special episodes or anything like that. Although that's an idea. Not really.
This is already so much work.
It is. But the podcast is, you know, information that we are delivering. We do request clients to listen to episodes, whether they do or they don't, before they
meet with me. It's a good tool for myself.
The reason we started the podcast is it helps alleviate a lot of the same ongoing questions that we had in first appointments for Nick. So we request clients to listen to specific episodes that kind of break down the bare basics.
Yep. What to expect before you meet me.
Yeah, definitely.
And what it's all about.
This episode, in all honesty, might be one of those that we might tag in to start listening, going, hey, this is our difference, because like we said in the Build a Broker episode, we're trying to sell ourselves and our service for why you should build a home using us as your consultant versus somebody else.
Exactly. Why you should be reaching out to us first before you're going to the same builders that we're using direct.
Yes.
That's what it is.
We also, I mean, this is a small minor one, and I know like it's such a small thing, but it's such an impactful thing. We send out birthday cards and Christmas cards.
Yeah.
And it is such a small item, but it's so impactful to receive something in the mail that is not a bill.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I could have touched a bill too.
But I like,
guys, if you piss me off enough.
I do this in my personal life where I mail out birthday cards to all of our friends, and all of them say, you know, it's so nice to go to the mailbox, pull out a whole bunch, you know, electricity
random
and
shit,
rates and stuff, and then so like in between is a birthday card that is handwritten, you know, from you, and it's such a small gesture but impactful.
Yep. Which is something that we do.
Yes, we have a lot of external partnerships, which I kind of explained in the handover doc.
Yes.
But we also have external partnerships with Hawk and
the hoist
installations.
With different discounts and everything.
With different discounts. So a lot of external partnerships that we are always working on the background to try and build up more and more so that you guys have more companies at your disposal. Just mention the name Mr Enthusiast, say that you're building with us. They'll check that you are a client of ours, and you'll get like reap the benefits.
100%, because they will check with us. So because we've had a few people that have listened to this and then reached out to our suppliers and gone, we're Mr. E, but they're not.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, hey, what's going on? So do you know what I mean? Like there is a bit of protection in that sense, because we do really want to constrict this value to us and our clients, because we're pulling in the hard work, and I don't want just any, you know, John Doe fucking taking advantage of that for no reason and still going with someone else. Do you know what I mean? Like, why don't they do the hard fucking work to provide for their clients?
Yep.
That's the way I see it.
And really, like, to sum it up, guys, we are huge advocates for our clients. Don't get me wrong, and I've said this before, we are also big advocates for our builders.
Absolutely.
We are the middleman that is there to liaise between the client and the builder. Obviously, the client and the builder talk as well.
100%.
But we are there. If the client has a question or a query or a concern, they can come to us. We will find out all the information, break it down in simple terms, understandable terms, and pass that back to the client.
Yep.
That is the whole idea. If you have questions, if you have queries, if you have concerns, we are here the whole time. We are
Yeah.
huge advocates to make sure you are getting the best experience possible.
Absolutely. And that's the thing is, at the end of the day, we are all human, right? And I do explain this in the meetings with people about the whole, like what you said, we are advocates from both sides. We are very, 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 very fucking heavy, client focused,
Yes.
right? We are there to help protect the client from doing the wrong decisions or getting fucked around by the builder. However, in the same light, we are there for the builder to stop clients from being fuckwits and trying to, cause unnecessary drama for something that might be misunderstood, or they're just, trying to push their luck.
Yeah.
We are that middleman, because it can get very hard for a builder to go, bro, like, calm the fuck down. Whereas clients that have worked with us understand how blunt I am and how upfront I am. And I will say, and I've said this to everyone, and this is part of dealing with Mr. Enthusiast, what you see is what you get, right? I haven't changed for this job. Julie's been with me for the last 14 years. This is what it is, right? So you can ask all the fucking questions you want, right? And we really do recommend that you ask as many as possible.
Shoot them through.
Right?
If there's a
Send
long
them through.
list, send them as an email. We'll get them back.
100%.
And you'll get more info as an email. But yeah, like shoot
Dead
the
set.
questions across.
And the reason why, and the thing is there is no stupid questions. You guys, so many of you guys have only built once or maybe twice or three times. Bro,
If at all.
we've built 400 fucking homes, right? Like, we've done a decent amount. We built our last home just now. I still fucked it up.
Yeah, we
still
just built our
learning.
third home. We still fucked up.
Exactly. So it's okay. But what I'm trying to get at is, ask those questions. Don't ever feel like you're bothering us or whatever. We delegate the time for you guys. If I don't want to delegate the time, you will know. If you piss me off, you will know. And how I say this is, I will literally tell you, bro, shut the fuck up. You're pissing me off. This is why. I'm that upfront. If you don't like that, we probably aren't going to be the right fit, because this comes back into the whole when we explained about the builder brokers. You got to be able to also work with each other. We are together for a very long period of time. This isn't a short little transaction. This isn't just some business transaction. This is a relationship we're building over the next 1 to 2, 3 years, potentially, with additional touch base that we do. So it's a long time. And coming back to this whole defense, helping the builder and the buyer. With the buyer, we help protect you guys from the builder, builder doing the fucking wrong thing. This is why we do so much administration, touch bases. We work closely with all of the directors and general managers of all the builders we work with, so that we have a very good, close relationship and understanding with all the parties involved, because the end result is always the same, is to provide you, the client, with the best possible service as possible.
Yes.
At the same time, and keeping it as streamlined and as easy as possible. Building is not easy.
No.
Okay? Building is not easy, and it is not fucking fun. It is a lot of money. It's not fucking fun, all right? The whole point of building is you're trying to further yourself, right, in your life. And it is a lot of money. It is daunting. But at the end of the day, you can sit there and go, look, I'm going through this. This is the first time I'm doing this. This is fucking hard and it's daunting. But at least I know I've got the team. I've got Nick and Julia. I've got Nick and Julia, Ryan. The whole fucking... Sorry, Ryan. Almost forgot you.
We're still working on it.
Yeah, we're still working on it. We've got a whole fucking team behind us that no matter what happens, they've got our back.
Yep.
And that's what we are. If you take anything away from this, it's we provide a shitload of extra freebies, and we're always there behind you. We've got your back no matter what. But in terms of the builder side, there has to be that voice of reason. And, there have been times we have had to call out our clients where they've just overreacted for no reason. They've sent an email on a Sunday, like 2 emails back to back at like 11 p.m. on the Sunday.
Absolutely raging
Raging at the client. And I fucking called them.
at the builder, not the client. The client
Yeah,
raging
sorry.
at the builder, and we've called them up and went, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I literally called them up and went, what the fuck's your problem? First off, it's a weekend. They're not going to respond until the next day. Second of all, these items. And then I explained what the situation was, and she just went, oh, well, that's all good then. I didn't know. And,
No one responded to me on my first email.
yeah.
My guy.
Yeah.
No one is.
Yeah,
Absolutely
exactly.
no one's going to respond to
And-
it at 11
and-
o'clock at night on a Sunday.
But look, it happens. there's all sorts of things.
Emotions were high.
Exactly.
Things were happening.
But the thing is, you will be held accountable, and I get held accountable. If I fuck up, I get held accountable. And the builder, if they are at fault, they get held accountable. It is a very fair, open and transparent communication and relationship with all the parties. And that's what we make sure we have, which is why we're very particular with who we want to align with our builders. But at the same time, you can be rest assured that once you are in the team, we fucking bend over backwards for all of our clients. And that's what we're known for. And that's what we will continue to do while we're in this industry.
Definitely. Look, I guess
that's my rant.
Thank you for your rant.
It's not fucking fun.
You said that so aggressively, my goodness. Wasn't ready. Guys, I hope that gives you, a good kind of summary of Mr. Enthusiast. I think this is the third time we're talking about Mr. Enthusiast on the pod, so maybe like every 20 episodes. So as a quick recap, we are in Perth and Adelaide. Nick has been 8 years in the business. I've been in the business in the industry for 6 years. We're in Perth and Adelaide. We have our own office in Malaga, and availability for appointments is Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. We have a lot of forms, tips and tricks and advice for basically how to navigate through the whole process for our clients. And that's part of the service that you got.
Plus the podcast.
Hold on, I'm getting there.
Okay.
You get administration updates from us. You get construction run updates from us. You get the 12 months of gifts from us. You get automatically invited into the community, which does not cost you anything and it is completely optional. You get the podcast from us. You are getting privy to external partnerships that you get either in the build or post handover the build. Birthday cards, Christmas cards, and the amount of advocacy that we do on your behalf as the client. We are there for you.
Paramount.
We keep saying to you, you are stuck with us. You are fucking stuck with us. From start to finish, we are there. The only time we won't be there if you tell us genuinely to fuck off.
Yeah.
And then we can stop.
Even then, I'll probably still
visit your house just to make sure everything's running up to scratch. I just won't email it to you, I guess. Exactly. I don't know.
Which, to be honest, we've had a few that just didn't want to be.
Twice.
Yeah, we've had twice where just everything was fine and then it wasn't, whatever, and we've just scrapped them from the community and that was it. Nothing is perfect.
No.
And I'm not going to hide anything either. Like, at the end of the day, with volume, like what we do, we don't just sell 10 homes. We sell quite a few. Sometimes things can slip through the cracks, and there was one or two that weren't as accommodating and grateful with what we were doing, and we just ended up just going, cool, wiped our hands and went,
we'll call it handover.
We'll call that handover, and that was it. They got the keys, they enjoyed their home, happy days, we no longer contacted.
Wish them well.
And exactly it. Best of luck. But at the same time, for us, it's all G, because we've got everyone else. As long as people appreciate what we're doing and can understand the value of what we're doing, happy days, that's what we want.
That's it. So I hope that gives you a bit of a rundown. I'm going to start plugging Mr. Enthusiast.
Sure do.
So you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, website, Google, YouTube, Apple Podcast and Spotify. If you can follow or subscribe, that would be amazing. If you could leave a review or a rating, that's even better. It really helps us in the background. And we love seeing the reviews and the rating.
Absolutely.
If there's anything that we can do more that we haven't thought of or mentioned in the pod, please tell us, because we're always looking to improve our service.
100%.
So if it's something that we can implement into our repertoire of service, happy to look at it, because that's what we ask all of our clients all the time. What can we do better and what can we do more of?
Yep.
So please shoot those ideas through. And just remember, guys, we're not here
to fuck spiders. Bye.
That was such a lull.